us having a hard out on Fridays really makes the show, I think, flow better. We kind of get more concentrated, even though we do get off on some tangents sometimes, as you guys saw last week. If you haven't went back and listened to that, it was pretty crazy. But we do have Donnie joining us on assignment today, so I'm gracious for his time. Gov is, of course, back. We're going to look over the best game environments, essentially, our best bets, the things that we like, continue the contest we've been continuing all season long. I don't actually think I will end up with the Super Bowl showdown pick, but we'll find out. I think this will be the first time I've ever had it, so it'll be interesting.
It will, because I've done it all 3
years. You have. I didn't want to bury the lead. I wanted to set that up, but you have. So I guess we'll find out. But we did decide our show pick this week. And by the way, this pick, if you guys haven't tracked it in our review process, has been terrible. Like, no matter what we pick, we could pick favorites, we could pick underdogs. It won't matter. For some reason, it just failed every time this week. But I like it again. We like it. It's the Browns beat the Dolphins at home.
Yeah. What was the number again? With 2.5?
2.5. Yeah.
Minus 2.5. Yeah.
I especially like it because
small home dog or home favorites, but like Miami sucks.
They do, and they're not used to weather, and I think we're going to get that weather game in Cleveland, and Cleveland already gets a lot of pressure. Now, Gov, you mentioned, like, before the show, how Miami's pretty quick with the ball. They usually make a lot of quick decisions and get the ball out. So maybe those sacks won't be there, but I feel like having such an advantage on the defensive line is going to matter.
They will have to game plan around the pressure. So, like, it's not like the pressure won't get to him. It'll have already gotten to him. It'll have gotten to Mike McDaniels, and he'll be playing.
Right. I can't believe he's still a coach. I know Donnie had that season-long projection, and he still can't believe it. But so
I don't think he gets past the bye week. I think you fire him that bye week and get ready for that change there. But we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, it's remarkable that he wasn't the first coach fired. We'll probably get into that game in a little bit. But, Gov, you have the number generator up today, right?
I do.
All right.
What numbers are we going with, guys?
I'll take 16 for Joe Flacco.
Oh.
I always pick a player number. That surprised me last night, by the way. Nah.
Oh God, that reminds me. I got shown a meme. It said, someone posted, it's like, I feel sad and old today because this might be the last time I watch a football game where I'm younger than both starting quarterbacks.
Matthew Stafford still says hold my beer for me, but it's close.
I'm gonna go with. I'm stuck at a school event for family, so I'm gonna go with every young kid's favorite number. I'm going 67. 67.
Oh, you horrible! I just watched that. Oh God.
It's just a baby. Oh.
The 6'7". Oh God. Well, I'm just gonna go with my 37. Okay, we're just gonna do that.
All right.
What's your number again, Logan?
16. I went because of Joe Flacco, so I went the old.
16, 37, and 6'7". The number is 19.
All right.
See, the old win, Donnie. You should went with the old.
Donnie, you will get your 2 picks at the end. So, Logan, you get the first pick.
Okay. Now, cover your ears, Donnie, but I like this one. I'm taking the Titans to look like they have an offense, to actually let their rookie, their first rounder actually play. Everyone's talking about the narrative with Mike Vrabel, and it's definitely there, the narrative street. We talked about that with David Montgomery and being motivated. I do believe in stuff like that. Not enough people are talking about how motivated I think the Titans are to shove it down Vrabel's throat. I like the +7 on these Tennessee Titans.
All right. Gov, what you got for us?
Let's see. Damn you, Logan. We were literally talking about this, and I wanted that game, you son of a bitch.
By the way, we could not have convinced you to make that the show pick.
We were going to see if you wanted that as the show pick, but we knew you wouldn't bet against New England, so it wasn't going to happen.
No, I wouldn't give you 7. I would give you 8, but I wouldn't give you 7.
I'm willing to go down to 6.5.
to be fair, if people don't know Donnie is a Patriot fan, I do like that. Like coach gets fired, bump to the team to be desperate. Like if it wasn't the Patriots, do you think you would like
I
it?
think
No, because it's just the way the teams are playing. I actually think this is a good chance for Ramondre in the run game to get right. So
Fair. Okay.
all right, so I am going to go with a dog that I think is going to be much closer. I think this will be a great game that we get to watch on Monday night. Tampa Bay +5. What do we got
It's
here?
6 now. I got
up to
6.
6. I will take Tampa Bay +6.
I think
Yeah.
it's still 6.
I love the number. I'm just a little scared of it because it's like Tampa is so down. They definitely played
Mike
over their
Evans
heads.
is going to be back.
How long will they play over their heads is my question.
MVP Baker.
That's what it's coming down to. If Baker
Shake
plays
and
like
bake,
an MVP,
baby,
it won't
shake
matter.
and bake.
If Baker's an MVP, it doesn't matter. They'll be competitive every week.
Exactly.
I
And this
do
is a
think-
great game. This is a game that probably decides the NFC.
Mhm.
Both these teams will be playoff teams. It's just who's going to be the number 1 seed and who's going to be probably the number 2 or 3 seed.
It could be the 5 seed because of division losses too, or divisions. If the Lions lose, they could lose the division. So this is a huge game for early in the year.
Yeah, a great Monday night game, I think. But
It
I'm
really
willing
is.
to take the points on Tampa.
Yeah, that's
Easily
not bad.
This is a game like I think they could win, but I don't think they get blown out by Detroit.
Yeah, it's a great showdown game. I expect points, like a lot of points.
Mm-hmm. All right, Donnie, what do you got?
Yeah. I'm gonna go with. I can't believe I'm gonna buy into it because I know it's gonna be the week they suck again. Because it's every couple weeks they just throw out the most disgusting stinker in the world. But Panthers at -1.5. The Jets have looked so terrible. I mean, I'll just take the Panthers. Basically, gonna pick them to win this one.
Donnie, I wanted that.
I really like that number. If it was 3, I wouldn't take it. 1.5, it's like, I'm just betting on the Jets to lose. That's an easy bet.
I would have taken it too, and I don't want to bet again because I want to cheer for Aaron Glenn. But I was telling Gov off show, before we joined, I really like what the Panthers defense has done. They look like they've taken a facelift or
a great play on DFS as well. They're only 2,500. If that game's low scoring, you're looking good.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I don't know what exactly they did to their scheme, but it just seems like they're playing better in almost all forms of that defense.
And then it's right back to me. Do we have anything else on that game, Guff?
It is.
Oh, let's see. Chuba back. Like, our offense is starting to click. Like, this is what I was waiting on. I figured it would take a couple of weeks for Bryce to click. Like, it always does.
What do you think about the running back room? You think Rico's going to be the backup again, or is it now just a 50-50 split? What do you expect there?
I don't expect it to be a 50-50 split. If Chuba's healthy, he'll come back and take the 60-70.
Man.
It just depends. Like, there might be more leeway to, like, split a series instead of like, hey, Rico, go in every third down or every other like set of downs or something to spell Chuba a little bit like they were. Now it might be Chuba, you go out there and run a series. Rico, you go out there and run a series.
Right.
And Chuba, you go out there and run 2 in a row, and then Rico. Right. It might be a little bit different of a split. I could see the splits coming in a different way, but Rico's already said he has no problem doing what needs to be done. So
I do like the series split, by the way. Just since we're talking a little real football, like I like it when coaches more split the series and not so much.
Yeah, it helps you build momentum.
I agree.
All right, my second pick, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it, but I think I'm gonna. There's 2 that I'm stuck between, but I'm just gonna go the Chargers and at 1.5. I don't like it, but I feel like the Chargers should win. The Colts are just playing so well, but there's something about them I don't buy, and I don't know what it is yet. The film says they're good, but there's just something that feels off.
You know why I might bet this right after the show, Donnie, is because I got news that Joe Alt, their offensive lineman, is going to play, and that's when we saw Justin Herbert at his best early in the year.
Yeah.
Was
He
when
just
this
needs
offensive
one
lineman was
tackle.
open.
He doesn't need both. He needs one, though.
Yeah, and this I'm a Lions fan, so this is great praise, and I believe it. And these guys aren't even Lions fans. Penei Sewell will change the Lions' offense. Like, not just their offensive line, he changed their offense. I think what the Chargers have when they have a healthy offensive line is totally different. Like, totally different team. Changes their identity. It fits Jim Harbaugh. Like, to me, that's a big upgrade. It's back to me, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I like this -3 on the Seahawks. I want to get on early on this team because I think this team is like legit, like a playoff contender. They can do fun things on offense. They got one of the more creative defensive coaches in the league in terms of like scheming up things and making things difficult. Sure, the Texans look better against like the Tennessee Titans. I'm still not convinced they're a good team. They still got terrible problems. They still can't run the ball. Like, the problem is they haven't even committed to anything. Like, they keep rotating running backs. Like, they keep talking about trading running. Like, I just feel like this Texans team is totally dysfunctional. Seahawks are on the way up. I think this is a misprice in the market, and it's just because people don't know what to believe with Seattle. But I think they got a lot of weapons. I like that bet a lot.
All right.
I think
Sorry, I was looking up something for the lineup that I had to do. So remind me the line on that one again.
It's -3.
-3. Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, so Donnie said he might have to drop the show mid-show. He apologized, but he has a family emergency of sorts. So he wants his pick to be Rashee Rice in our lineup if he doesn't get back for it. He's going to try to get back, but he doesn't know if he will. But one of his picks in our lineup would be Rashee Rice.
Well, he was going to get the first pick, so
right.
Plug him in first when we get there. Let me get my pick in. So I will just take my favorite then. I want the Denver Broncos.
I like Denver this week.
Right. I think the Giants are probably getting too much credit because they've been good the last 2 weeks, but you're still talking about a rookie quarterback, still talking about the #1 defense at getting pressure and getting sacks in the league. Like, this is not going to be an easy day for Jackson Dart and Scattaboo. Like, we'll see. I'm willing to take Denver to cover.
I like this too.
What's it at? Is it at 7 or 7.5? I forget.
I think it's at 7.5 still, but I'll look. It's let's see, I gotta go up. 7.
Yeah, I'll take it at -7.
It did move a little bit because I think I saw it at 7.5 earlier this week. I agree with you. I like what the Giants have done. They've been fun, but I'm not sure that they're ready to be like good and established and a structured like team that we trust and we're like, oh, this would be a tough matchup. Where Denver, we've seen them lock down. They might not they're kind of the opposite team. They might not be sexy. They might not have like the fun players, but Sean Payton just wins games, man. He does have like a Mike Tomlin kind of vibe to him. He doesn't care what you think about him. He doesn't care, if you think his style's fun for fantasy. He's just going to try to win. Speaking of fantasy, we'll get over to build a lineup now. What do you think of the Rashee Rice selection by Donnie? Since we already know that. No, I think
he's the chalk on the slate for wide receiver. Like, he's underpriced for what his role could be, which is right. Basically what Worthy or more is do. Worthy or even more of that is like doing. So
yeah, I agree with that. It's one of those things like I don't
like, and we've seen Rice be a $6,500 wide receiver.
That's exactly why I don't want to fade it because I don't think we'll see him any lower. And at this point, it's like, well, if he's so owned, I don't want to try to get too cute and not have him.
He's owned enough where I will play him, but I'm not going to play him in every lineup.
Right. Yeah. That's a perfect way to look at it.
To be honest, I want to stack Mahomes. Everything looks good for the Mahomes side of this game. So I will probably play him
with a lot of Mahomes
in my Mahomes stack and then not play him in my other ones without Mahomes.
Yeah. Michael Mayer is looking like the cheap tight end, so that's just an easy bring back as well this week. So yeah, I could see that, but I don't want to get too cute and have none of Rice. I think you probably should have him in your player pool. Is kind of the point. To what level is kind of
so let's see. So I'm pick 2, and then you get 2 in a row.
Yep.
All right. So let's see. I want to start getting a piece of that high total game. Let's just get it out of the way because we haven't seen a 50-plus total game really much this year. So give me Krosky Merritt at running back.
I'm glad you went. Yeah, I'm glad you went with the Washington side because I didn't know what to do. I played with that one as well. But you need something of this game. 54 and a half points.
I want to get a Dallas guy in, but I'll admit I'm going to have to cycle through Dallas because if CeeDee Lamb is back and healthy, then he's high on the list. But then Pickens still look good, and Ferg should still get his targets. It's the other guys. It's Turpin, it's Tolbert, it's Flournoy. Those guys aren't going to see anything if Lamb is back.
Yeah. I'm fully confident that CeeDee Lamb is healthy, so I'm just going to go ahead and plug in CeeDee Lamb now. 7,500 again. This is one of those plays where he's priced up, I guess, for a star player, but not enough. If he wasn't injured, I feel like he'd be 8,500, 8,300. So this is a bit of a projection. I'm projecting what I think he'll be. But this is the easy CeeDee Lamb thing, and then this is easy swap for me because obviously I have the access to swap the easiest of all three of us, and this would just become a Pickens type play or something like that, or maybe we talk about Jake Ferguson at that point. But for now, it's gonna be a Lamb.
All right, you get a second pick here.
Oh, that's right. I'm not used to going so I could go a lot of different ways here, but the pick I really like, just because I think he's going to play, and if he doesn't, it'll be easier for me to switch him out. I like Jalen Coker this week. I think he's severely underpriced.
He has practiced in full. I think he'll be activated tomorrow.
And this will be the second straight week, too, because he practiced in full last week, too.
He would only have next week. If they did not activate him tomorrow, he would have to be activated by next Saturday or put back on IR for the rest of the year.
Right. And see, everyone's talking about, the 4K options. I mean, Luke McCaffrey's in this range. We could have attacked that game as well and done, game stack. But to me, it's Coker I think Coker has the ability to be a number one at some point in his career. He has that kind of upside. And at 4K, it just seems like the ownership's going to match, too. I don't think enough people will get on him.
All right, let's see. Got a nice little stack from that game. You've got Rice, who's good, probably good, okay to good chalk, because he's definitely mispriced and misvalued. Coker, I like the play. Do I expand on that, or do I put our stack in? Because honestly, it's very flat across the board with the scores. Outside of that Dallas Washington, 48, 47, 46, 45, 44, 43, 42. It just goes down a point or so. All these games outside of the two extremes, Dallas Washington and Miami Cleveland, look like nothing. And to be fair, Judkins from that low-owned game also looks good. I almost want to just plug him in as our second running back.
Now, how much do you like him, the talent versus, I know it's a matchup and I know it's a combination, but, the matchup is also, probably anyone against the Dolphins is, a smash play, it feels like.
Especially the running back. Especially.
But especially, a guy like Judkins, where, he's flashed the upside. And he's left a lot on the table. We've seen him in, these London showdown kind of slates where we can't take advantage of him on the main slate. So I feel like we're just dying for an opportunity for him just to go off on a main slate.
Yeah. Let's see. This is rough.
To give you some time, though, I think Donnie played a lot at the Cowboys this season. He played him last week, especially with Dak. I know he loves Dak Prescott. So I do feel like Donnie would like this start quite a lot. he obviously likes that Panthers game because he took it. So I don't even think he would mind the Coker play.
Yeah, I kind of want to. Got our 3 wide receivers already.
We do, and that's why I almost held off on Coker because I'm like, he's a great value and he's got so much upside, but I didn't want to burn all of our wide receivers.
Okay, you know what? We're gonna go with a little bit of a crazy play.
What's that?
Give me Alvin Kamara.
Kamara? You think he's healthy?
I do.
I like the play because
it's rough. It's rough. Like I said, it's a crazy play. It's the one on my list that I'm probably the least, but like, I mean, if I like to be fair, like it is again, it's the pivot off of Judkins and Krosky Merritt, who I think are going to be 2 of the chalkier guys. Although DeAndre Swift's looking like he's getting the secondary ownership, but
he is. But like that's the thing is, everyone's going to go Swift in the same game, opposite team. We go Kamara. That's a bit different. We've seen Kamara. Maybe we're old and we're just hoping, Gov, that this will happen. But we've seen Kamara break slates with 40-point upside. So maybe that days are long gone in his career. But it feels like he's safe for like a consistent 15 to 25 points.
Like his floor is still there, the ceiling's still there. It just hasn't shown itself, and this is a good matchup. Like, and I think, like again, he's going to be a no ownership deal. Like I just plugged in a sub 5% owned guy in our lineup instead of plugging in what's probably going to be 20% owned Judkins or 15% owned Swift in the same price range. I just wanted to get a little different because like Rice is going to be owned. I think Coker is going to be owned, especially if he comes off IR tag tomorrow. Lamb, if that Q tag goes away, he'll pull some ownership because that Washington-Dallas is going to be one of the highest owned games. So, like, we were looking kind of chalky in the lineup, and I wanted to get our one pivot in, if nothing else. Now, if we can find a lower owned stack to put around this, like, we've got a really nice built lineup.
And that's actually kind of what I like about the pivot being like a veteran who we know is going to get the workload. It's like we're not taking a chance on a rookie that we haven't seen yet. You're not taking like a high, we know Kamara could score touchdowns. Like maybe he doesn't get that breakaway speed, but like he's still a featured part of that offense.
Yeah, like he's still seeing 20 plus touches in multiple games this year.
Mm-hmm.
And 15 at like and a lot of it is like 5 targets, 6 targets, 5 targets, 6 targets, like yeah, so like he still gets passing game work for the floor. Like everything looks solid for Kamara. He just hasn't, just like with Olave and Shaheed, he hasn't had an explosion game because it's the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
But it could easily come here against the Bears.
Yeah, so I do have a pick from Donnie if we can afford it. He told me to pick first. I was debating, and you could sway me here if you like one or the other. I was debating between Breece Hall and Vidal. I like the upside on Vidal, and I know Donnie would like a lot of Colts options as well. So I think this might work with what he was hoping to do with Warren. He wanted Warren the tight end if we could afford him.
I'd be fine with Warren the tight end, but I'm not really a fan of Vidal.
Okay, so let's plug in Warren then, because it was a guy he wanted.
He wants Warren for his next pick. That's fine. After that,
yeah, he was high on Ladd or Warren. Is kind of what he was going.
Ladd is on my list. Like if you wanted to switch Vidal to Ladd, I'd be fine with that.
We could do that. We could do that because I'm okay with Ladd too. It looks like QJ is going to play, but
I still like Ladd.
I still like Ladd. That's exactly what I was going to say. I might like him more because people, they won't know what to do. Okay. So if we plug in Ladd for Donnie,
well, technically Donnie was going to get 2, so you can plug in Ladd and Warren.
Sure, I can plug him.
Many in there.
Yeah, true. And I've obviously said I think Warren a top tight end in the league. So
that doesn't leave us a lot, but all we need is a defense and a quarterback. So let's plug in a cheap defense. I'm fine with the Panthers.
I'm also fine with it. I think
they get no sacks this year. I will say that. They have gotten no sacks. They have no floor of what they're going to do that way. But if the Jets suck, and this is a low-scoring game, and maybe the Jets, who have given up the most sacks to their quarterback this year, give up a sack or two to this Carolina defense, 2,500, it could work.
See, I like
that leaves us how much for a quarterback?
7,000.
Oh, so we can basically get anybody.
Yeah, we could. I would like the idea of Justin Herbert or Daniels.
Herbert is on my list. Daniels is on my list. My two favorites are actually Mahomes and then Daniel Jones. And to be fair, any of those quarterbacks could fit in our lineup because we have pairing partners with them.
Yeah, interesting. Daniel Jones would be a perfect. I like the Daniel Jones call because I don't want to play Thomas. What do I want to call him? Justin Thomas. That's not his name. Jonathan.
Or Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Yeah.
That's why I watch too much Home Improvement.
I love Home Improvement, dude.
That's exactly why.
It's fine.
I think I showed my age enough with the Joe Flacco number generator call out. Now the Home Improvement. But I like the Daniel Jones call because I want to fade the running back. I like him, but 8,900, he doesn't get the receiving workload of like a Christian McCaffrey. So yeah, I would be okay with
going in Daniel Jones. I don't hate that.
Oh, another shout out for the Warren call of Donnie, because I know he's not here. He probably knows this, but it looks like Josh Downs is going to be out. Now we know that Josh Downs isn't like a world beater in terms of targets, but like that's just another guy that's not going to be there. So maybe it funnels more to Warren.
Now, we have 1,200 to play with.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think you have to put it on one of the Carolina guys, whether that's the defense or Coker. So I would look at 5,200 range at at flex, basically, because we can move McConkey into the wide receiver.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that might be Sutton, for example. I think that might be his range.
Click on wide receiver real quick. Or else it might put him in the flex again.
That's right.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. All right, so let's look at 5,200 at flex and see what we have. We have Ramondre and Henderson. That's interesting.
That's interesting. I like Addison.
Addison. We have the double with Pittman. We have Romeo Doubs, who's pulling some ownership. Like, there's actually a few good spots in this range.
What about Golden? Because I like the upside chance on Golden. And he's 47.
47. Yeah, we can do him, and that would still leave us 500.
And then would we get off the defense, or do you want to?
I'm leaving 500 on the table.
Yeah.
Like, we could get off the defense. Like, Golden. Okay, so let's see. Looking here, Dobbs is the one pulling ownership, so Golden's low owned. I think our stack of Jones, Warren, McConkey is low owned.
Mm-hmm.
We've got the other high owned pieces. Like, to be fair, we have a low owned. We could get off Kamara. What's set running back in the 6K range?
It's true.
Like, we could go up to Judkins and be like the super chalky chalk, but let's see what else is in that range.
Oh, it's exactly this hole.
We could grab Brees against our defense. I don't know about that.
We'd have to probably get off.
There's another good pivot. People are still afraid to play against Philly's defense. I'm not usually.
Yeah, I'd be okay with Mason.
We could switch up to either Judkins or Mason. I'd love to hear which one of those Johnny would like to play. Judkins.
I think he's trying to listen, so maybe he'll be able to feed us back some feedback.
Oh, yeah, if he can. I'd love to know if he's got a thought on that. But, like,
I also wouldn't mind leaving, Kamara in there. But, I mean, we could obviously eat chalk with this lineup and go Judkins.
If we left Kamara in there, I'd probably go to – I don't think there's a better defense I like, really.
Another reason I like the Jones, it's obviously off the Taylor call, but off the Jones, people will go with Herbert if they're going to stack this game. So I just didn't feel like Jones could get there, very easily. Oh, another reason I like Golden this week, it's not just the upside of the deep bomb. It's that Wicks is likely out. So he's going to probably play more snaps.
I think that's why Dobbs is starting to pull some ownership. But I like the Golden call as a pivot off of that. Because he's just as likely to see more routes and snaps as Dobbs would be.
Yeah. I mean, we could go Dobbs too if you wanted. We're not getting any.
I kind of just want to eat the chalk and play Judkins in this.
Yeah, I think we could. We always
I think with this we can now.
Yeah. And what's the thing we always hear?
400 on the table, but I don't mind leaving 400 on the table. This lineup looks pretty good.
I think this is ideal. And Gov, we always hear every week. We always hear the one spot you can eat chalk, and maybe it's probably the smartest place to eat chalk because volume is king for running backs. It's almost like the minutes projections in basketball. If you're not familiar with too much football, running backs, it's what you want most is volume, and Judkins is going to get a ton of it. So, and it's almost an Adam Levitan kind of theory. It's I'll challenge you to actually have that ownership. Just because we see the ownership doesn't mean that it will get there. So I like this lineup. I have no problem with it.
Yeah, it looks good to me.
And by the way, I like the risky call on Kamara. So you said he's in your player pool. So would you be able to follow up? Are you definitely going to play him, or is he just an iffy guy that you might play?
It depends on what I'm building lineup. The way I build lineups, I might have a chalkier lineup that it's I kind of want to just make one pivot to it, and that's an easy pivot off of these 6K running backs I'm already playing. Now, like you said, I tend to not pivot off the running back, but it is something I'll look at. I'm non-zero chance I have Kamara in one of my lineups. I'll say that.
Yeah, I like that idea. And I'll say, because we didn't get to it in this line because we did play Judkins, if you do not play Judkins and you want a kind of a leverage guy off of that game, kind of like what we did with Daniel Jones and getting off of Taylor, Fanton looks like he's going to be the lead guy. It looks like David Njoku might sit. So if that happened, that's another cheap tight end. You don't play any Judkins, and you just, you hope that Gabriel just freaks out in the pocket and throws over the middle.
Right. I believe Njoku is out. So, I love it.
Is he out officially? Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other game theory, any other player pool conversations that you think we're missing? Something you want to hit on for high upside, anything like that?
Let's see. From what I'm seeing now, I wouldn't forget Jordan Love or Caleb Williams stacks this week.
Yeah.
I got a feeling they look like people are talking about them, but I don't know if people are actually going to get to them. They do look pretty good in my book.
You know what was an interesting thing about that Jordan Love call is I was watching a lot of that game with my uncle who's a Packers fan, and everyone knows that Josh Jacobs went off in that game. Part of the reason he went off and scored 37 points was because he actually got used in the receiving game. So I know they're down a receiver this week, but if Josh Jacobs actually gets that receiving work and that's just going to benefit Jordan Love. So I do think that the Packers offense is kind of a sneaky play this year. I feel like not enough people are talking about how good they've been offensively. I think because of the Parsons trade, everyone talks about that defense, but it's that offense is also producing at times.
It's very efficient. It does one thing basically, but it's very efficient at it. And sometimes
it does one thing very well.
It runs the ball and it has a nice deep play action pass off.
Yeah.
That's about what it does well. Don't ask Jordan Love to spread the ball out in shotgun 4 or 5 wide and run an offense. That's not something he's really needing to do.
It does remind me of that Falcons team with Matt Ryan that year they went to the Super Bowl. Very efficient, play action. But when they go to the play action, they're looking for the deep bomb, which is, I guess, why we play Golden, because everything's, it trends up that he will get more targets. So, with that being said, though, I don't know if we have a whole lot else to talk about.
No, kind of a quick show without Donnie here, but like that's fine. We all have hard outs here, so
Right.
getting out early helps.
So with that being said, peace out, guys. Take care. I stole your tagline today.
Hey, 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 hey.